Okay. Okay. From the top. Okay. Sexual orientation. What is it? IB Community Service Project on Sexual Orientation by me, Alexis Lloyd. My project is about sexual orientation and how teens can use this to identify themselves. I chose this topic because of my personal inquiries and experience. I came from a Pentecostal church, which is a branch of the different types of churches, and my country in general isn't very accepting of this. And I love to challenge their beliefs because why not? And I was also curious about the different terminologies a person can use to identify themselves, such as gay, lesbian, bisexual, fluid, trans, etc., and how it all worked. I thought maybe other kids here with similar situations might be interested. Maybe their family isn't accepting, maybe they're confused on how to be identified. But I was also curious, so I made the brochure partially for them, but also for myself. Planning. At first, I was thinking, what should I do? What am I interested in? And at first, I had no idea what I was going to do. So I went down this rabbit hole trying to figure out what I should do. What am I interested? At first, I was focusing on sexism, but that's a very broad topic to cover, so I had to narrow it down. Then I began to investigate gender identity, and that still wasn't what I wanted to do, so I decided on sexual orientation. But then, what would I do with all this information? Should I make a Google slide presentation? Should I do a poster or something? I really didn't know what to do. At this time, I was overwhelmed. I had just figured out what my topic was. Now I had to figure out where to put the information. At first, I was going to do a slideshow, but that didn't work out. So I asked for help, and Mr. Mac suggested that I do a brochure and to ask Miss Vanessa for help with the layout. So now I knew what I was doing and I had the information. When we first started our projects, we were told to do something we're passionate about. But I couldn't figure out what I was passionate about so that I would do a whole presentation about it. I'm still not sure what I'm so passionate about, but I am mildly interested in sexual orientation. Action. So, what should I do now? Well, I presented to my classmates for their feedback. Then I presented to the other MYP classes and I got great feedback. Doing all these presentations and getting feedback from four different groups caused me to have three different copies of my brochure. I kept getting feedback this day, then I kept getting feedback the next day, and I kept making changes. So, what else? I put my brochure at the public library in Truro and P-Town and at school. And after receiving feedback, I added um, QR codes so um, people could scan the code and go to the website for more information on sexual orientation since that's easier. Reflection. It was very nerve wracking when I had to present to three different classes. When I presented to the classes, there were some questions asked that I didn't know how to answer, and I, not knowing how to answer, it made me feel dumb. I was also disappointed when I presented to the classes. It felt like they weren't very interested, and I really wanted to get it over with and leave, but the teachers who were helping me along the way helped me feel reassured. And some the students were interested. I guess I was just um, judging myself and my presentation too much. Overall, this project was hard to do. Okay, that was my process during my community project. Thank you for your time.